everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Maths with Shelly. In today's lesson I'm gonna work on the topic Pythagoras theorem. In this particular lesson I'm gonna discuss about what is a Pythagoras theorem and what are the components we have to use in Pythagoras theorem. It is applied to the triangle, so what is the condition on that particular triangle. So we will be discussing about all those things. So the first thing about Pythagoras theorem is that Pythagoras theorem is applicable on a right angled triangle. So right angle triangle, any right angle triangle, this Pythagoras theorem can be applicable. And particularly in this lesson we are discussing about the Pythagoras theorem in the triangles, and it is in 2D, in 2 dimensions, because Pythagoras theorem we can apply in 3D also, but for this one we are applying the Pythagoras theorem in only the 2-dimensional plane. So first point is that Pythagoras theorem is applicable only in a right angle triangle. The triangle can be in any form. For example, I have drawn this one where the right angle is clearly visible, but sometimes your triangle can be something like this also. For example, this one. So here is again A, B and C. It is important to mention which is a right angle triangle. So here in this triangle, angle A is a right angle, so this is also a right angle triangle. So Pythagoras theorem can be applicable in this triangle as well as in this second triangle also. So if you get a Pythagoras theorem based question, you have to spot the right angled triangle first of all, and if a right angle triangle is there, you can always apply a Pythagoras theorem. Now the second important point which comes in the Pythagoras theorem, that basically Pythagoras theorem, it relates the 3 sides of the right angled triangle. So what is the relation between them? How do we connect them? So Pythagoras theorem connects the 3 sides. So another important term you have to consider is hypotenuse. Now the thing is, can we consider any of the 3 sides of the right angle triangle as hypotenuse? So the answer is no. When you draw a right angle triangle, it is important to show the right angle wherever it is. So let's say this is a triangle ABC and I am showing the angle 90 degree at this point B. Always remember the side which is opposite to the right angle, this is known as hypotenuse. So it is very important that when you have to apply the Pythagoras theorem, you need to spot where is hypotenuse. Okay, so if I consider this triangle, so here is the 90 degree angle, so the side opposite to it, which is this side, that is the side BC, or you can say CB, this is known as the hypotenuse. Now we know that Pythagoras theorem is applicable for a right angle triangle, and we know the side opposite to the 90 degree angle is known as a hypotenuse. And also we know the third point, that Pythagoras theorem connects the 3 sides of the triangle. These are the 3 sides. So now how do we relate them? So the relation is given like this way. Let me explain it to you. For example, I am drawing another right angle triangle here one more time, and I am taking this as 90 degree. Let's say this side is a small c and the other 2 sides you can give them a name A and B. This side I am giving, this is my hypotenuse. Okay, so always remember hypotenuse is gonna connect these 3 sides. So it connects, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the square of the other 2 sides. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the square of the 2 other sides, A square and B square. Now I think it's a little difficult for us to understand why it is so. So basically there was a mathematician, Pythagoras. What he studied, that if we take a right angle triangle, okay, if we take a right angle triangle and across each side, from each side, if I construct, let's say this side is C, this side is B and this side is A. if I construct a square with each side, so here I am constructing a square with side A, here I am constructing a square with side B, and here I am constructing a square with side C. So he found that there is a relation between these areas. And what is that relation? That if you compute the area of each of these squares, here is A square, because the area of a square is side multiplied by side. The area of this square will be C square, and area of this square is B square. So what the mathematician found, that this area which is from the hypotenuse, so area of that one, so which is C square, is equal to sum of the other two areas, so A squared plus B squared. Okay, so basically these are the area of the squares. But if you see these three sides, when we draw a right angle triangle, we will not be given these squares, we will only be given these sides. So you need to understand, we have to consider the squares, not just C is equal to A plus B. This is not Pythagoras theorem, and this is not correct. So the actual statement is the hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the square of the two other sides. Okay, now let's do some of the examples. So this is the statement of Pythagoras theorem given over here. Now the most important thing, as I said, we have to examine which is the hypotenuse. In the first triangle, a right angle is here. All the three sides are known. We know that the hypotenuse is always a side opposite to right angle. So hypotenuse is 70 units. In the second question, right angle is here. So the side opposite to that is 50. So 50 is the hypotenuse. In the third one, the side which is opposite to 90 degree, that is square root 8. So square root 8 is the hypotenuse. Now the next is how to find out, or how to just write down the Pythagoras theorem for these following examples. So first example is, we have A, B and C three sides, and if you see the side which is given opposite to 90 degree angle, that is C. So hypotenuse is C, so C square is equal to the square of the two other sides we will do, and we will sum up them. So this is the answer. Similarly, you can try question B and C. Next is, in these examples, we have to find the length of hypotenuse. And this is a 90 degree angle given in the first question. The side opposite to it, we don't know it. So if you want, you can assume it like x. And as per Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the square of the two other sides. So it is 6 squared plus 8 squared, that means it is 36 plus 36 plus 64. So if I write here 64, this is x squared, and then we got x squared is equal to 100, and we have to find out x, not x square. So x is equal to square root of 100. Make sure you take only the positive sign, because here x is represent the hypotenuse, which is the length of the triangle, and that cannot be negative. So x is equal to 10 units, because there is no unit is given like centimeter, meter. So you will be writing your answer as x equal to 10 units. That is your hypotenuse. And in the beginning, you can say let x be the hypotenuse. Always remember, if you are using any variable from your side, you have to make sure you mention it in the question. Similarly, you can try any of these questions. I wish you try at least 5 of the other questions, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Thank you.